Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It is Friday. We made it. They said we wouldn't make it, but we did. So, happy Friday to you all. We made it. Finally, made it to Friday. Almost at the weekend. I'm excited. Hopefully, you all are excited. Now, of course, I want to talk with you all about some stuff you might have heard in the mainstream media, but then also want to talk to you about some things that I know the mainstream media isn't going to talk about because, you know, they don't consider it interesting enough. You know what I mean? Um, and because they don't see it interesting enough, it's not something that's up for debate and conversation. You said you're always excited except when you're not. Hey, I mean, that makes sense, Kevin. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Tawana. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Now, I wanted to put this picture up early before I go to some other things. Now, I put a video up this morning talking about Kamala Harris and the election and saying, I'm not surprised that she didn't win, especially when you look at those messages from the young Republicans. I'm not surprised that she didn't win at all. And then when I saw pictures of the young Republicans, I said, oh, I get why they're so angry. I get it. Look at them. Look. What have I been telling y'all? These are not the exceptional people. These are not exceptional white people. Exceptional white people are like, uh, uh, the people that you guys know. You understand? These are not exceptional folks. That's why they hate everybody else that don't look like them. Thank you, God. I don't want to be built like that. I'm good. I don't want to be built like that. No problem, dude. It's a blessing to be driving to work this morning, beautiful. Thank you for being here. Now, I ask you all to do a couple things for me while you're here this morning. For those of you who can, tap that like button for me because tapping is clapping. And if you could hit that copy link button, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But yeah, when I saw this, I was like, wow, I'm not surprised. Young Republicans, they bad built when they young, and they'll be bad built when they older, and then be all upset. Then be all upset. Don't forget this morning, you guys, following this live, we're going to have an uncensored freebie Friday over on Patreon. If you want to be a part of that, click the link in my profile, register for Patreon, and be ready to join us this morning over there. We'll probably go over there about 10, 15, somewhere around there. Right, they're not young. Yeah, they're not young. Not at all. Not at all. Okay? Not at all. They looked extremely old to me. Or they've been living a hard ass life, one of the two, you know? Now I see that yesterday there was a debate in New York City with the candidates running for mayor. And Zoran Mamdani, he told the public that we will make buses free by replacing the revenue that the MTA currently gets from buses. This is revenue that's around 700 million or so. That's less money than Andrew Cuomo gave to Elon Musk. He gave Elon Musk $959 million in tax credits when he was governor. I didn't know that. Mamdani is knocking the ball out the park because he's putting all the business out there. Why would Andrew Cuomo need to give Elon Musk $959 million? $959 million in tax credits. That don't help the people of New York. Not at all. But free bus service would, because then it becomes one less thing that the people of New York City have to pay for. Their taxes are already paying for shit. So yeah, it'd be much more beneficial to give New Yorkers free access to bus transportation than it would be to give Elon Musk tax credits. I told y'all, rich people are going to stick with rich folks. Andrew Cuomo got a lot of money. That's one of the reasons why he want to be back in office again. So his rich crony friends can continue to get favors from government. Because rich people use up government, they use government in a way different way than we do. Way different way than we do. Good morning, user 229. Way different way than you do. So when I saw this, I'm like, congratulations to Mamdani for putting it out there. I'm glad that he put it out there. Real talk. I'm glad. Because until we can, you know, call it out and deal with it for what it is, it's not going to change, y'all. Trump and them are banking on you getting tired and just letting it up. Just so you know, they're banking on you saying, you know what, I can't win. We just going to have to accept it. Where we are is where we are. We ain't got no choices. We just gotta we just gotta eat this. You really, really don't. You pay for a government. That government should work for you. The only reason why your government is closed right now is because Mike Johnson doesn't want to swear in the Democrat that won her special election in Arizona, because she is the tie-breaking vote for the Epstein files. So he doesn't want it. Hey, Billy, good morning. Now, I wanted to put up this picture to give a shout out to all of the farmers all across America. We appreciate you. Thank you for voting Trump. I can't wait till you go out of business. I just want to put it out there. I can't wait till the farmers of America start to have to sell their farms. Yesterday, Wednesday. When I went out Wednesday afternoon, I had to drive by several farms in my area. And every single one of those farms had areas for sale, areas of land for sale. Why? Because they're growing shit that nobody's buying. Make America great again, right? Yeah. Zarvis, I read your mind. Listen. If y'all could only see how I lay in my bed at night, thinking about, you know, thinking about the farmers and the suffering. Ah. Honestly, it becomes my pillow becomes one of the softest pillows I've ever laid my head on in my life. It becomes a beautiful thing. Just thinking about all those foreclosures and those farmers losing their land and their homes. That shit is beautiful. And it's mostly beautiful because they voted for it. You know, I am a big proponent of giving people what they ask for, right? And the farmers of America asked for this. See, black farmers weren't asking for it because government don't help black farmers anyway. So guess who's gonna be all right no matter what? Black farmers. You said, what would happen if all the employers and employees stop paying taxes? It brings the system to a halt, and then you can get change. Problem is, most people are too scared not to pay taxes. Businesses are scared not to comply. Businesses will fall in line and sell you out for chicken change before they comply. Just so you know, they're always going to sell you out. They're always going to sell you out. Always. Because the businesses, they're trying to get what they can get from government. And hell, they get it and then sell you out in the process. Yeah, they will send you to federal prison. You'll be like Wesley Snipes. So it may not be the thing to do. It may not end up being the thing to do. But if enough people do it, they can't send everybody to prison. If 80% of Americans, 70% of Americans and businesses are not paying taxes, will not send in federal taxes, the federal government can't arrest everybody. Ain't enough facilities, ain't enough people to do that. Then they have to address the fucking issue. They have to address it. Real talk. Listen, let me tell you something. I know there's a lot of No King's Day marches this weekend, and folks, they got to do what they feel they got to do. But I'm telling you, change is going to happen through economics. You're going to have to start there. You're going to have to fuck up rich folks' money to get rich people to actually stop supporting this shit and fall in line and help you. Thank you, mind your business. Wait till you see this other prompt. going to be wonderful. No problem, Green. I'm just trying to get people to see if you really want to change things, you got to change them with your wallet. You got to change. Jimmy Kimmel is only back because Disney saw you doing shit with your wallet, right? If you didn't change what you were doing with your wallet in relation to Disney, Jimmy Kimmel still wouldn't be on the air. But Disney is thinking about money in their shareholders. So if you want to impact these companies, you got to impact their bottom line. It's the only way. You're not going to fix it any other way. You got to change the bottom line. And how you change the bottom line? Stop spending money with them. That's the only way. That's the only way. Right now, think about it. I want y'all to understand something with all these grocery prices. Your grocery bills are never going to go back to what they were before Trump came in office a second time. You will forever always pay more for groceries than you should in America because of Donald Trump. That's a fact. Because what we know in capitalism, why would they make it cheap again when they know that you'll pay double, triple, quadruple? Why would they do that? They're making money. They don't give a shit about doing what's best for you and your family. Oh man, Costco gonna be a beast. Just know it, Kim. Costco gonna be a beast, but it's still cheaper than the grocery store long term. Yep, prices are never gonna go back down. Where you are right now in these price wars is where you're gonna stay. They might slide a smidge, ain't gonna be by much. I went to the store, yesterday. I needed to get a blow dryer because my hand blow dryer broke. Those blow dryers were expensive as hell. I found one. I got lucky. I found one for $17. Basic, the cheapest one they had, but hey, I just needed to dry hair. It don't have to be exceptional. You understand? All the other blow dryers, they want $50. I'm not paying $50 for no fucking standard ass blow dryer that I would have gotten for $20 in January. I'm not doing that. That's stupid. But that's where we are now. Those prices are never coming back down. Never. Never. Oh, we got us somebody in here. Oh, user 715, and nobody can even see their comment. User 715 is upset that farmers are going broke. But we're happy about it in here, aren't we? Fuck those farmers. Fucking welfare queens. Fuck them. Yeah, he got booted. Thank you, Maud. But it's just funny. They get all in their feelings. Fuck these farmers. These same farmers said, fuck you and your kids. The same farmers cheered when the president allowed Elon Musk to close down USAID. Now, I want to tell y'all something. Now, you know that President Trump gave Argentina not $20 million, $40 million fucking dollars. Guess how much the budget of USAID is? $35 million. I'm sorry, billion dollars. I'm sorry. He gave them 40 billion and the USAID budget is 35 billion. So he took jobs from American citizens to give money to a foreign government. And y'all not saying nothing. Even if you voted for him, you voted for that shit. Okay. That's what Trump did. He took jobs from American citizens to put money in the pocket of a foreign nation. Say it again, wrestler, but they owning the libs though. Can't even afford to rent us now. Quiet as kept, they can't even afford to sit with us. They not like us. They not like us. They can't. They can't. Yep, and now Argentina sold soybeans to China. So Argentina said, thank you for the money, you stupid fucks. Now we're going to go ahead and sell our goods to China. You tell me, how does that make America great again? It doesn't. It doesn't. It don't make America great again at all. It makes us look like simp, suckers, and fools. The taxpayers of America. Simp, suckers, and fools. Donald Trump told you he would lower. I read an article this morning about a grocery store in Florida. They've been in business for over 40 years. He has to close down and shut his doors for good. Why? Trade war, baby. And he voted for Trump. Can I tell you how much I laughed? was like, good. Fuck your business. Shut that shit down because you're stupid. I don't even understand how he was able to stay in business 40-something fucking years. He's obviously not very bright. He said, I voted for Donald Trump because he said he would bring down the prices of groceries. Now, keep in mind, this person is also a minority, and they also owned an international supermarket. Can you say dumb? International supermarkets are going to go away of the dinosaur in America. Why? Tariffs. Tariffs are going to get rid of your local international grocery store. And then on top of that, tariffs are going to get rid of whatever you have in your regular grocery store in that international food aisle. Oh, that's going to start getting more and more and more and more barren. Yeah. All because of Trump trade policy. All because of Trump trade policy. Yeah, the media don't report on it. You know why, Magic? Because the media, they are paid by their big time bosses that are worth a lot of money, and they're making money. They don't care. They're making money. They don't care. You can try to stock up on ramen 858, but ramen's expensive these days. Ramen ain't cheap. Ramen ain't cheap because most of the good shit ain't made here anyway. Most of the good ramen ain't made here. It's imported here, which means you're going to pay more for it. So if you want it, it's going to cost you a lot more money. Ramen ain't cheap no more. The only cheap ramen is the shit made in America, and that shit is trash. Yup, it used to be like 19 cents, 10 cents. Ramen was cheap. That's why ramen became so popular in America, because it was cheap as hell. Fast forward to now, ramen ain't cheap no more. You know what, Yaki? They do love Donald Trump, except they don't. I'm going to tell you why. Yesterday, I saw a poll that 75% of Americans said grocery prices are out of control, and they have not gone down. Some of those are Republicans. See, what did I tell you? They will lie and hold water for Trump up until their reality doesn't match it and they can't lie no more. It's hard to lie when you're paying $1,000 electricity bill. It's hard to lie when you're paying $2,000 a month in groceries. It's hard to lie and tow water for that shit. It's hard. It's hard. That's why things are so bad. And listen, I'm just trying to get you to understand your prices are not going to go back down. Oh, and I told y'all, I think it was yesterday or the day before, how the federal government is now talking about taking control of private businesses and fixing their prices. I told y'all, Republicans believe in big government. These are conservative policies where they want to take over private businesses and control pricing. Yeah, Juicy. You know why they want to do that? Because inflation out of control. And these companies won't choose not to raise prices so that you don't notice Trump's trade policy has fucked everything up. So what they're going to do is make companies take a loss. No, that's communism, Kiera. If they're going to do that. But I can't wait until they take hold of these businesses, especially Republican-owned businesses. I can't wait. Fuck them. Because, see, none of these people believe that fat meat is greasy. None of them. None of them. So let them, just like John Bolton getting indicted yesterday. Can I say, I'm going to tell you something else. Thank you, God. I don't give a shit about John Bolton being indicted. Fuck John Bolton. John Bolton knew the shit that Trump had did, and John Bolton refused to cooperate with any investigations. Instead, he wanted to write his book. Fuck him. I told you, I don't feel no sorrow for him, James Comey. I don't feel nothing for them. They held the water. They towed the water. They carried the water and made it seem normal that this shit that was happening. Fuck John Bolton. Why should we care? I know I don't care. I ain't been caring, and I ain't going to start caring now, and you shouldn't give a shit either. Because if it happened to you, John Bolton wouldn't give a shit. John Bolton wouldn't give a shit. Hey, Bills fan is letting us know he's on welfare, that he's a racist, and he's upset that I'm sharing things. I just booted him from my live. Y'all didn't get to see his comment. I just wanted to say that and wanted him to hear it. You know he mad. You know he typing right now. That damn black liberal woman, I'm going to report her ass to TikTok for talking about me and booting me out of her live. Because y'all know they get so mad when I don't let them stay in the live. It's a free country, bitch. It's a free country. And I use my patriotic freedom here too. Right? Freedom ain't just for y'all. Freedom is free for me too. You know? Why they mad? They mad because it's true, y'all. They're mad. You know why they're really mad? Because they mad at themselves. The reason why their families are more poor, the reason why they can't feed their kids, the reason why they're having a hard time paying their bills, buying groceries, is because of their own dumbass decisions. That's why. That's why. You would be mad too. Think about it. If you believed in that shit, you rolled hard for that shit, only to find out you were dumb. Because Trump never lied to them. Technically, listen, I'm no Trump fan, but Trump told them, he said, I love the uneducated. Did he not look at those people and tell them that right to their faces? Did he not tell them he was going to do tariffs? Did he not say he was going to slap tariffs on everybody? Did he not say he was going to lock up his political enemies? Did he not say he was going to deport everybody? He said, I'm going to deport criminals. And he said, if you're here illegally, you're a criminal. Did he not say that? He said all that shit. So all these people now who pretend and say, well, Trump never said, you're a fucking liar. Trump said all that shit. You just didn't want to hear it. You know why? Because it confirmed your bias. And because it confirmed your own bias, your own thoughts, your own hatred that you still haven't reconciled yourself with, right? You still haven't reconciled with that. That's how we got here. That's how we got here. Rich people are trying to take your Department of Education. They want to basically make sure your children can't even get an education. You know why? What would they need one for? They're going to be working in fields and fucking factories. Got to replace that immigrant labor that you booted out. You know, those bad immigrants that were paying taxes. Right. Those people that were paying into the system but couldn't get nothing out of it. Yeah, those people. Hell, now farmers can't even get immigrants to come here on legal work visas to work on farms. They're like, fuck that, we not coming there. Cause y'all snatching everybody. Why the fuck would we come there? To be treated like a criminal. Exactly. America, you're getting what you deserve. You made this bed, you need to lay down in this shit. Real talk. Lay down in this bed. Lay down in this bed. Y'all essentially y'all voted for rich people to take advantage of you. That's what you did. Rich people are laughing all the way to the bank. They're making so much money right now. So much money right now. And you too busy hating on your neighbor because they're a same-sex couple. And it ain't got nothing to do with you. You mad that they're married? Or are you jealous that they're living their truth and you're not? What's the real deal? What's the real deal? But y'all gonna learn. Just like I told you yesterday, a prominent Republican bought Dominion voting system. Mm-hmm. Bought it. You keep thinking you're gonna have fair elections. You keep thinking these people care about you and your family. They don't give a shit about you. They'll walk right over your suffering to get to the bag. Everything's about the bag. Rich people are making so much money. I don't even think y'all understand how much money they making. Quiet as kept, if rich people paid their fair share in taxes, you would pay less taxes. You could have free education, free child care, affordable housing. You could actually have support for the elderly, support for those with disabilities and special needs. But that doesn't happen. Why? Because rich people don't want to pay their fair share. So when rich people don't pay their fair share, somebody has to pay. You're the somebody. You are that somebody. You became that person. Even if you didn't want to, you became the somebody. Yep, we could also have free health care if rich people pay their taxes. But instead, you know what happens? Working class people go, it's not fair. Just because somebody make a whole lot of money, they got to pay all those taxes. And I look at working class people every time they do that shit and I go, why the fuck are you pocket watching for rich people? Why are you trying to protect their money? They don't protect yours. They always protecting their own bottom line. That's how come you end up getting laid off from your fucking job. Why? Because the profits got to keep going up. You think they going to sacrifice their profits for your ass? So why you keep sacrificing your children and everything else for rich people? Because you ain't getting nothing from it but suffering. Yep, Kim, you're absolutely right. You're just a number to them. You are literally a number to rich people on a fucking spreadsheet. This is how they're able to get rid of you so easily. Your families don't matter. What you need doesn't matter. You're just a thing. You're just a resource that they use. And when they're done using it, they throw you out like trash. Yeah, prosperity gospel is a big part of this, Michael. Religion. Religion being infused into politics. Quiet is kept when you have an elected official that approaches you and they start talking about religion. You need to stop them and say, listen, I don't need you to regulate or govern my salvation. I need you to do your fucking job about this government. I need affordable housing. I need jobs that pay great wages. I need safe schools for my children. I need free health care. I need free child care. That's what they need to focus on. I don't need you to focus on what's happening at the fucking church. Mind your business. But they're caught up in your salvation because it's easier to indoctrinate you and be caught up in your salvation than it is to tell you why they ain't brought no jobs to your district when they promised them. Because they ain't there to work for you. They're working for themselves. Alyssa says in rural Pennsylvania, they are bankrupting farms to use it. Yeah, they need that land because they want those AI data centers because rich people want them. Rich people want them. And you know, I'm going to tell you something else. I'm going to tell you why rich people want you to be afraid of AI. They want you to be afraid of AI because then they want you to stay stuck in low wage jobs out of fear that you'll be replaced by artificial intelligence. But what they don't tell you is ain't no fucking computer out here smart enough to do everything for everybody without no human oversight. Not one. Because computers lack something that humans have, and that's context. Context. You can't get context with artificial intelligence. It's just black and white, yes and no, green and red. It's no middle ground. You know, with us, we have a middle ground. We have a way where we can look at something and go, okay, this isn't like all the other times that I've had to deal with things. This is different. I can't approach this the way I've approached anything else. Computers don't think like that. Exactly. We have empathy. We have compassion. Computers don't think like that. They don't think like that. Pay attention, folks. Pay attention. You push back with your wallet, you push back with your voice, and you hold your government accountable. Now it looks like I just saw something. It looks like I'm right outside of South Side Chicago. Residents are exhausted because ICE, DHS, and CBP are acting as an illegal occupying force in a war zone. And a major confrontation broke out, which caused ICE agents to crash their car. Americans should be outraged that your president is sending troops and police and people roaming your neighborhoods, making you where you can't. They tell you don't come outside. If you outside, you could get snatched up. Kind of shit is that? They're trying to bust in people's homes. They're going into private businesses. Remember when Republicans, if these people don't stop calling my phone, remember when Republicans told you, don't tread on me? Remember that shit? Notice how they don't say it now. Now they don't say shit about don't tread on me. Republicans don't give a fuck about big government. They never did. It was just marketing. Because where all them patriots at now? Notice how the patriots across America are so damn quiet. You can't get them to say nothing about their government now. Your government gassing people, hitting people with rubber munitions. Oh yeah, they're not storming White House holes yet. But listen, history repeats itself if you don't remember your history. History repeats itself. You quiet, you say you quiet because you love your government. That's good. I do too. I love the deporting. See how fast I deported you? Bye with your 9 followers. Oh, it must suck to be so worthless and so just downtrodden, and the neck must be so dirty that you have to come back with a troll account with 9 people. I booted all your other accounts. I'm gonna boot that one too. People that come in these lives know we have adult conversations here. We trying to have real conversations here, not fake conversations, not the conversations that make you feel good. Not those conversations. We're having the conversations we know that we need to have. And the conversations that we need to have all go back to what we see right now in our government, honestly, is the direct result of poor leadership. Poor leadership. Bigly. Now, I want to stop and switch gears for a second because I want to ask a question. We talked about this yesterday. Hold on for a second. I'll have it this afternoon. I'll have it this afternoon because there's another picture I found. But so I'm just wondering, with everything that's happening, right? With all this stuff that's happening and we got this breakdown of everything and we got this stuff going on with our economy, we got the trade war happening, the job market's all fucked up, the housing market's screwed up. I read something yesterday that said housing prices were at a historic high, but Americans also don't have the money to buy them. So now the housing market, oh, that's on its way crashing. Get ready, get ready. Like there's a house in my neighborhood that went on the market. I think it was last week. Usually homes would go on the market in my neighborhood a day or two, them bitches is gone. Not only is this house still on the market, hardly nobody been down there to look at it. Look at it how? With what job? With what job? What job? Economic policies of a president matter. They matter. And people voted to take themselves out of jobs, lose their homes, lose their health insurance. Wow. Now, let me go back to Mitch McConnell real quick. Because I try to do the right thing. I've been trying to stay away from this footage of Mitch McConnell falling. It looked like he was about to start breakdancing for real, for real. I was like, okay, hold up. Wait a minute. Wait, we breakdancing? Hold up, Mitch. Let me join in. Let me join in. Let me join in, brother. Come on. Let me do it, brother. But then I was like, no, he's not breakdancing. No. Did y'all see the video yet? Did y'all see the video yet? Man, 401ks are in danger. But to be honest with you, does it really matter? It ain't like people in America can retire. You're going to work till you die. Retirement is not an option for most Americans. It ain't enough money. Hell, even when people retire, they still working jobs because they need it. They need the money. If you're on a fixed income and prices keep going up and up and up and up, at some point you got to make some money. Not Breaking 2, Mitch McConnell Boogaloo. Listen. That's one of my favorite movies too. Electric Boogaloo. Hey, don't play with me. I love that scene when bruh is dancing and then he start going on the ceiling and shit. And he like, hey. That was Mitch McConnell. I'm telling you, that was Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell tried to run from that reporter. He tried to two-step by that reporter. His ankles and his foot said, man, what the fuck is you doing? We can't do all that. When I saw him fall, I just thought, down goes Frazier. I was like, damn. I didn't know Mitchie was. Listen. Mitch McConnell needs to retire. Oh, you want me to do my Mitch McConnell? Okay, hold on. Let me take a sip of this. Because y'all know I got to get myself ready when I do my Mitch McConnell, okay? All right. Ready? All right, here go my Mitch McConnell. Okay, that's as much as I can do without burning my eyes. Stephen Miller, you need to take note of how I do that. You can't blink and then claim that the screen's frozen. You can't do that, right? That was Mitch McConnell, though, right? That was Mitch. That was old Mitch. But yesterday when Mitch went down, I'm gonna tell you I told y'all yesterday when I saw the video, I thought it was AI. I really did. I was like, no fucking way. No fucking way. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. Oh, you like my rendition of RFK when he goes, That's RFK. RFK just sounds like a car that needs a starter. You know how a car is when it won't turn all the way over? That's RFK Jr. That's RFK Jr. But Mitch McConnell, this is why we need term limits. A guy like Mitch McConnell should not still be in Congress. He's too old. But remember, and listen, let's talk about age, right? When Joe Biden was president, all we heard the media talk about repeatedly was age, 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 age. That's all we heard him talk about. Fast forward to now, all of a sudden nobody wants to talk about age anymore. All of a sudden we're not talking about age. Really? You know what, Dreamer? I saw somebody say this yesterday, and I said, damn, we might be setting ourselves up. If we put term limits on Congress to say you can't be older than 65, you know what they would do? Those fuckers would raise the retirement age on us. Yeah, they would do anything so they could stay in Congress. You understand? Anything to avoid a real job. Yep, Donald Trump is the oldest president in history. That's why he got that nussy on his neck. That's why he got that nussy on his neck. He is the oldest president in history. And I have never, in my lifetime, I have never seen us have a president with a nussy. Ever. This is the first time for me. I didn't see him plop back into his chair. I have to check that out. Well, that ear is fine, Anna. The ear was never injured, beloved. It was a stunt. It was a stunt. I told y'all when it happened, it was a stunt. It was a stunt. Remember Trump said, I heal fast. So if he heals fast, how come that wound on his hand hasn't healed? How come the ankles, the swelling hasn't gone down? How come in his foot, the swelling hasn't gone down? How come he healed everywhere? But he healed the ear, but he didn't heal nowhere else. If he healed, he wouldn't have a nussy. If he was in good health, he would not have a nussy. I've never had a president with a nussy before. And one of the reasons why I like this censored picture is because, frankly, I think that nussy is rather explicit, frankly. Not a drumstick nussy. Listen. Yeah, I hate seeing it too. So censoring it is the best thing for me to do. It really is. Censoring it is the best thing to do. Ronald Reagan was close, but Ronald Reagan never had a nussy. You know, he didn't have a nussy. You know what I mean? He didn't have no nussy. The only other nussy I've ever seen on the hip, well, I've seen a lot of nussies in Congress. It's a lot of nussies in Congress. Mitch McConnell has a hardcore nussy. Okay? Right. They told us Donald Trump, yep, they said he had 3% body fat. They said he was 230 pounds, 6'3". Now, since he has NFL stats, question, you ever seen an NFL player 6'3", 230 pounds with a nussy? No, because you're not going to see a player in the NFL 6'3", 230 pounds with a nussy. It's impossible. It's impossible. And you know how yesterday I said the president needs a burqa. No, I changed my mind. Because he's a criminal, he needs a shiesty. Yep. From now on, Trump should wear a shiesty in public. Because that way we ain't got to look at this nussy. And we ain't got to see that, those lips that go like that. We don't have to see that shit. But he should be wearing a shiesty. Because he does criminal type shit. Might as well wear the uniform. Man, you know what, Russ? You're on to something. J.D. Vance would give up every couch in his life for that nussy. That's why he looks at Trump with such adoration. He's like, man, if I could just mount this dude's face one time. One time. That's all that is. He just want one time. One moment in time. That's what JD wants. But Trump looking at him like, man, if this dude tries it, oh, he out of here. Okay? I'm sorry, Deborah. Trump could get a neck lift to fix that. He could get a nussy lift. Y'all heard about with the women when they go to the doctors to get their nussies tightened? So the guy that they're dating or going to marry thinks that they've never, been intimate. It's kind of the same thing here. He's going to go and get his nussy tightened up. So that from that point forward, when we look at him, it won't look, we won't be able to notice it. So that's what I think. Yeah, a nussy rejuvenation. Yeah, that's exactly what it would be. That is exactly what it would be. A nussy rejuvenation. Beautiful, I tell you. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is why I do these things. Well, you have to pixelate it. We have to pixelate. Even this. If you see it on the computer, they're going to have to verify your age before you can look at it. Thank you for joining, Deborah. I appreciate you being here. Yes, we have to have a warning label, Zarvis. We can't be having this explicit material out here without warnings. Right. You can't even see it in Alabama without putting in your birthday. This is uncalled for. And he had the audacity to be mad. Why? Because we saw your nussy from the bottom? We're the ones that should be mad. He had the nerve to be mad with us. He tucks that nussy in tight. Okay, he tried to tuck that nussy into that dress shirt, but it wasn't working. I know you're traumatized. That's why I try to cover it up. Yep, it's banned. Listen, this nussy is banned from being viewed in most Republican-led states. You're gonna have to put an age verification to see this, to see it. There's no other way. You don't want the babies asking your mama, what's that thing on that man's neck, mama? That's a nussy, baby. Cover your eyes. I'm telling you, these poor babies, I don't even know how you would have the conversation with a child. Because you know how children are. You know what I'm saying? Children see something and they're going to point it out. You know what I mean? A child's going to say, Mama, what's that thing? What's that meat curtain that's hanging from that man's neck, Mama? Well, that's a ball chinian, baby. That's what's happening there. He's out and about and he ain't covered it up, baby. That's where we are. So I keep focusing on it because they try to pretend that Trump is young. Trump is the oldest president we've ever had, ever. So we can't let up on that shit. I don't know about y'all, but there ain't no 79-year-old I would want in complete control of my fucking life. Not me. And you're right, Vanna. That perfectly fine ear that's there. And MAGA had the nerve to be walking around with ear patches on. He played y'all. He played y'all. Notice how you never heard much about the guy who so-called was on that roof that did this. Notice how you didn't hear even much about that. Notice. Notice how you haven't really heard a whole lot about the guy that did what he did to Charlie Kirk. Notice. Yeah, very convenient for that guy to be cremated, wasn't it? Yep, it's like these things never happened because they want you to act like they never did. Because the goal was just to get MAGA to buy more and more into Trump. I'm telling you, I told y'all, what did I tell you from the beginning? The MAGA and the Republican Party are the people's temple of politics. Didn't I tell you that from the beginning? I've been telling you that since day one. It is the people's temple of politics. It is about indoctrinating people, getting people to believe in things even when it's against their own best interest. They don't care. They want total, complete domination. And you know how you get that? By convincing people to vote against their own interest. By convincing people that paying more means they're winning. All those people voted for Trump. They paying more, getting less. The same people complaining that were complaining about their grocery bill under Joe Biden. Shh. You don't hear them talk now because they voted for this shit. What could they say? You ain't gonna feel no sympathy for them. Will you do any more trainings on how to grow a business? You're a good trainer. I am, Jamel. I have some classes. I have some class series coming up that I'm gonna be showing people how to grow their social media and create a community. That's something I've been working on. Just because I figured out how to do it for myself and I want to show other people how to do it. Because frankly, I see a lot of people offering classes. I just got my friend out of a class the other day. Was saying to her, stop going to that fucking class. That man is wasting your fucking time. You've been working with this man for about 5 or 6 months and you ain't got no further ahead at all. I can just tell you, I grew my social media in December of 2024, I had a little over 5,000 followers. I had about 5,600 followers. I now have almost 120,000 followers. And I have engaged followers. People who listen, pay attention, they want to talk about things. And it's because of how I engage them too. And so I want to teach other people how to do that. Especially in this crazy ass job market, there ain't no jobs. Rich people want you working in low wage ass, multiple low wage jobs because you're going to need more than one of them to even try to survive. At some point, we got to go, nah, we not doing that shit no more. So certainly, yeah, I'm going to, that's coming up. That's right around the corner. You've been taking my tips and I just said, awesome. Yep, you had it out good. I'm gonna give you all one tip right now before we get back to the conversation. One of the things that you've got to do, and because I told my girlfriend this is really important, is categorizing is really important. TikTok is a search engine. Folks forget that shit. People come on TikTok and search for stuff more than they search Google. Did you notice when you search on Google that TikTok videos come up? TikTok is a search engine. So you need to think about your content in that way. And when you think about your content in that way and you categorize it in that way, you approach it in that way, it's going to change how people receive your content. I am telling you, I ain't telling you what I heard, I'm telling you what I know. I watch the shit every day. I pay attention to, I see, I'm a people watcher. I've always been a people watcher. I find people interesting. And you learn a lot of things by watching people. Now is a time unlike any other time. Rich people are making money hand over fist. You better go make your fucking money. Just like I told y'all, some of y'all, you need to make money from MAGA. Make money from MAGA. You know that they'll just, a fool and their money soon part. They give Trump money all the time. They'll give money to you too, as long as they think that whoever sell, they don't need to know you're selling that shit. You can set up an LLC that has a agent that is the representative agent. So your name never has to be exposed. You can sell cups, water bottles, hats, t-shirts, books, whatever you want to sell. That's the shit. Make your money. Everybody else is. You be a fool not to make yours too. I told you, I gave y'all the idea. Sell bottles of water, put a label on it that says liberal tears, and market it to MAGA. You will make money. You'll make money because MAGA is tribal. You got farmers that have chosen to go broke to own the libs. You better laugh your ass all the way to the fucking bank. Yes, we have to cover up that Nussy Fire Rider. So just something for y'all to think about. So those classes are coming. I've been working on it because I'm like, I see other people take classes from some of these content creators, and they tell you I'm making all this money and this, that, and other. I'm gonna tell you where they making their money. They making the money on the fucking courses they talking you into taking. That's where they making their money. They not making the money that they claim they making on certain some content creators are, but the ones who are, they don't do classes. Know why? Because they making fucking money. You think they gonna stop making 50 grand a month to teach you a class? If I'm not gonna make at least 100 grand a month teaching classes. I just be watching. I just be looking at the people like, okay. Sometimes I buy stuff just to test the theory. No bullshit. Sometimes I buy the shit just to test the theory. Let me see what they teaching in here, especially if it's cheap. Let me see what they teaching in here. And you get in there, you might get one or two things you can use. But I'm going to tell you what these people take advantage of with each and every one of you that you need to get more focused on. They take advantage that you lack confidence to be a content creator. So you're essentially paying for company. You're paying for company. You're paying for people to gas you up to make you feel like you can do something. But they don't really give you no tools that you can do anything with. So at the end of it all, after you paid for that class, you still don't know how to do shit. You still don't know how to do nothing. Because the goal was never for you to learn how to do anything. The goal was for you to put money in the pocket of the person that's offering that class. Boom. I just don't, I'm tired of seeing that shit. Because see, I used to be an instructional designer a long time ago. I used to create training courses. I was paid to do it. That was my job. I did training courses. Some of my training courses were even with the government that I had to do. So I don't mind training. I like training, but I never trained because honestly, I was like, I don't really see a need to. Everybody and their mom offering classes on here. Then after I've taken a couple of them, I realized that shit a racket. You're not going to make no money with that shit. You're not going to make no money. Now, I will tell you there's one person that I paid and made money with hand over fist time and time again. And I saw this man one time. I saw him one time on TikTok. And I attended a free workshop he had. Then I paid for a one-on-one. That was one session that I got to talk to him for an hour. From that point forward, my trajectory has been nothing but up. And that's Paul Live Free Francis. If y'all see him on here, that man the truth. One of the few content creators that is not bullshitting. But Paul don't make his money from creating content. That's why you don't see him create content on here every day. He makes his money from courses and consulting. But he says that. All these other fuckers Oh, I make $50,000 a month in TikTok shop, and I can teach you too. Well, bitch, if you're making $50,000 a month on TikTok shop, how the fuck you got time to teach me? His name again is Paul Live Free Francis. I just use my common sense, y'all. I just use my common sense. And I'm from the hood. Game recognized game. Okay? Game recognized game. Yep, that's his name. Scarlett wrote it there. And Paul really don't be on TikTok all the time. He don't because he don't have to be. Right? Because he's not making his money from content creation. More so than it's from teaching, mentoring, and coaching. But he's very clear about that shit. But I can tell you, as somebody who worked with him, not one, because I worked with him again in September. I reached out to Paul again and said, "Hey, Paul, I'm at a certain point with my social media, with my content creation. Is some things I want to do on the next level. I need to talk with you." He gives real practical advice that you can use. People who say stuff to you like, uh, uh, you know, the standard bullshit. Now, one of the other true statements is just post content. Shit, you ain't gonna never learn what works until you keep posting videos. Okay, you paying $5 grand to the first? No, you not. You ain't paying because let me tell you, FXA, I'm gonna have to boot you. We don't do that up in here. That's another scam. You know how the people come in and say, "I'm paying it." To the first 5 people that reply to me, I'm giving you $1,000. That already tells me you broke. Cause see, if you got it, you just gonna come in and just give it out. Fuck all that other bullshit. I'm not about to do all that. You're not about to have me running and busting my ass. Get out of here. No. It's just exactly a scam. That's why I went on ahead and blocked him and sent him and booted his ass on out of here. No. But this is why I tell y'all, fools and their money will part easy. Y'all better make them water bottles and sell them to MAGA. Set up a website. Set up a fucking website and sell them water bottles. You got cups you could sell. Write a book. Use AI to write the book. Talk all types of crazy shit. Market it to MAGA. They'll buy it. They buy any fucking thing. I'm just trying to get y'all to see there's a way to make money. How do I feel about the Andrew Tate University? Okay, hold on. Let me change my. I had to bring my mans up. I ain't seen him in a minute. Okay, so what do I think about Andrew Tate University? I think Andrew Tate University is a place for incels to go, men who lack self-esteem, who lack confidence, and Andrew Tate has figured out a way to laugh all the way to the bank. He knows he's making money off these people. That's why he talks to them the way he talks to them. Y'all notice how he talks to them like they trash? He talks to them like he has no respect for them because he doesn't. Because they don't respect themselves. If they respected themselves, they would know that Andrew Tate is a fucking clown. But they don't. So it's just a recruiting station for incels. Because honestly, can I be honest with you? I feel like a lot of men who listen to people like the Andrew Tates and even the Charlie Kirks, they actually are in love with men. I said what I said. They're in love with men. Society tells them they should pursue women, but they really love men. But society vilifies them for really loving what they love. So they hate who can love men without being vilified, and that's women. Or they hate what they can't be, because some of them want to be women. You will never see more competition than a man who wants to be a bad bitch too. Oh goodness. You meet a man that wants to be a bad bitch too? Chill. You'll spend all your fucking time fighting that motherfucker. You'll be like, ain't enough room for us to both be a bad bitch. Only one of us can. Like, somebody got to choose who's going to be the bad bitch in this relationship, because it can't be both of us. So who is going to be? You or me? Like, in Donald Trump's relationship, he's the bad bitch in his relationship. It's obvious. He's not going to let nobody else be the bad bitch. Melania can be the pretty bitch, but she can't be the bad bitch in the relationship. There's a difference. There's a difference. You say, is MAGA Mike Johnson the Speaker of the House or the High Priest of the Church of Trump? He's a sycophant for Trump, and Mike Johnson has no backbone. And can I say something else about Mike Johnson? That motherfucker's a horrible liar. Oh my God, Mike Johnson is a horrible liar. I'd be like, yo, you're fucking horrid. Just stop talking to the press, bruh. Because you can't lie. You can't lie. You're horrible at this shit. I give Trump more credit because Trump's a better liar than Mike Johnson, but Mike Johnson's fucking deplorable. Yeah, and he obviously likes boys. Because I ain't never met a man in my life that has a corn accountability partner. I ain't never met no man like that. Y'all ever met a man like that? I haven't. I haven't. I haven't. I'm telling you, a lot of what we see, there's a lot of men in America who are not living in their truth. And Mike Johnson's one of them. Mike Johnson's one of them. It's a whole bunch of them not living in their truth. I don't know if you watch football. I do from time to time, but how do you feel about the halftime show? I think it's fine. Bad Bunny's American citizen. He's one of the biggest artists in the world. One of the biggest artists in the world. So because of that, it makes sense to have him do the halftime show. It makes sense. He's one of the biggest artists in the world. So, you know, I see it as it makes perfect sense to me. So, I've never really listened to Bad Bunny. I'm going to be honest. I've never listened to him, but I'm going to listen to some of his stuff prior to the Super Bowl so I can be singing along and shit. You know what I mean? I want to be singing along. I don't want to just be sitting at home going, "Oh, this is cool." I want to like be because when I first heard Bad Bunny, the name, not the music, just the name, I thought it was a woman. I did when I first heard it, the name. But then I heard some of his music, and I was like, I've heard it once or twice. I have heard of Bad Bunny, a piece of a song once or twice, but nothing enough to say I know it. But I'm going to learn some stuff. Now, my Spanish ain't going to be that good, but give me an A for fucking effort, because, bitch, I'm going to be like, shit. Stop playing with me. You said 80% of Americans have to learn Spanish, probably more because I got to go back up real quick. Not all of America watches football. True. I just laugh. Y'all see MAGA believe those fake ass posters that were moving around? They thought those posters were real about an alternative Super Bowl halftime show. There is no alternative. If you don't like the Super Bowl halftime show, do what we used to do when all those whack ass country halftime shows. Turn the fucking channel. I used to turn it to the fucking Puppy Bowl during those whack ass halftime shows. And then when they were done, I would turn it back. Like, the fuck? It was real simple. They act like they can't do that. That's the part that gets me. They're so persecuted, they can't even turn the TV. It's not like they got to get up on their swollen fucking ankles and foots and turn the damn channel. All they got to do is take the remote and hit the button. No, they're not forced to watch. You know what it is? I'm going to tell you what it is. It's like a moth to a flame, y'all. They can't help but watch. No, it's not even about inconvenience. They can't help but watch. You got to understand. These people will act like they don't care about what you do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They are like this, constantly looking at what you do. Don't think for 1 second they don't think that. They are say Turning Point will be doing their Not the halftime show. Oh, well, that halftime show gonna smell like a whole bunch of sitting water and dirty skin. They can keep it. Don't nobody want to be a part of that boring ass halftime show. We want to turn up and have a party. And quiet is kept. I don't have anything against them having country at the halftime show. The problem for me are the country artists that they choose. They choose the boring ones. No can I say something? No disrespect to Taylor Swift. Some songs of Taylor I like. By and large, though, most of her shit is boring to me. Most of it's boring, right? I'm just keeping it a buck. Most of it's boring. I like Meghan Trainor. I'm a Meghan Trainor type of chick. Fuck what you heard, okay? I'm a Meghan Trainor type of chick. So for me, it's nothing personal against what's her name? Look, I can't even think of her name now. I see her face right now, but I like the other chick better. I like Meghan Trainor better. I love me. Oh dang, I ain't mean to move Trump on top of my face. Jesus, almost caused me a fucking nightmare. You saw me. I said, ooh, wait a minute. Yeah, I like Sabrina Carpenter. She's okay. But I like Meghan Trainor better than I like Sabrina Carpenter. I like a lot of the old school country art. Faith Hill, man, I used to love me some Faith Hill. What? Shania Twain? What? So it's not that I don't like country music. There is some country music I actually like. But quiet as kept, Taylor Swift too damn old to keep still singing the shit she sings. I met this guy and I love him. And then we walked upon the lake and I looked at the sunrise and I saw butterflies. Bitch, what? Girl, you too old for this shit. She too old. Hey, Miss Fifi, she too old. It's like, girl, can I be honest? Okay, I'm going to be honest. Okay, as we get ready to wrap this up because we're moving over to Patreon, right? I like it when Taylor Swift is going through heartbreak. Her best music is when she's mad at men. I said what I said. Her best music is when she's going through heartbreak and when she's mad with a man. When that bitch is in love, that shit is boring. I said what I said. I said what I said. It's kind of like Mary J. Blige. I love me some Mary J. Blige, but when that woman is happy and in love, she don't make good music. When she going through it, that's when you get classic, timeless Mary J. fucking Blige. That's when you get it. Man, after her and was it KC broke up? Yeah, she was with KC, right? Or was it JoJo? Which one was she with? It was KC, right? When after they broke up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Love you too, dude. Have a good day at work. Great music. Okay, she was with KC, yeah. Great music. Cause Mary was going through that shit. Mary was going through that shit. And Taylor's the same way. Cause I quiet as kept. I was looking for Travis Kelce to fuck up. Because I said if Travis Kelce fucks up, Taylor gonna have the most fire album ever. You remember when after her and John Mayer broke up? Oh, oh, when her and that man broke up. Oh, she was on a tear. You hear me? She makes better music when she's heartbroken. She makes better music when she's heartbroken. That's why I say that about Taylor Swift. So no, I don't want no country at this year's Super Bowl. Because quiet as kept, Kendrick last year, that shit was wonderful. That stuff was so fun. Think about it, Aylin. Go back and listen to some of Taylor's stuff. Taylor makes her hottest music when she's after a breakup. Every time. And I don't know if she realizes that, but that's when she makes great music. She does not make great music when she in love. She get lazy. She get lazy. Because she just so in love. I'm like, man, nobody care about that. I need this man to fuck up for a minute, man. Y'all gonna learn. Listen, I thank you for joining me this morning on TikTok in this live event. We had a great time. Listen, we had over 112 likes. I appreciate that. We're about to move on to our Freebie Friday over on Patreon. Listen, it's free for you to come and join us in our discussion, our uncensored discussion this morning on Patreon. The link is in my profile. Listen, I show video, we do images, we have a great conversation, right? Because we don't have to temper our conversation like we do here on TikTok. Thank you so much, Aylin. I appreciate that. So if you're interested in having a little more of this uncensored conversation this morning, click the link in my profile and come on over to Patreon and have a good time. Then I also want to note that for those of you who have been who voted in the bread poll, don't forget, if you haven't, the bread poll closes today at noon. I bake bread every Saturday morning using my bread maker that I got out of the TikTok shop that I paid for with my own fucking money. Okay, baking bread, and then we just kick it and talk. So we have I have a poll up on my Patreon with 6 options for bread recipes. These are the 6 that we have: chocolate chip banana nut bread, cinnamon raisin bread, apple bread, buttermilk bread, cranberry walnut bread, and garlic cheese bread. Right now, we have a 2-way tie with cranberry walnut bread and garlic cheese bread, followed by number 2, chocolate chip banana nut bread with 5 votes, and a 2-way tie with cinnamon raisin bread and apple bread. The poll closes today at noon. I didn't even know you could make garlic cheese bread in the bread maker, so when I saw that recipe, I made sure to put it in the poll. Because I was like, wait a minute, bitch. Wait a minute. Those top 2 were your choices? Yeah, man. Yeah, so uh, if you can vote before noon today, just check it out. Because if we end up with a 2-way tie, I can't bake both breads because I only have one bread maker. So, we still got to figure out something. But I'm excited about making this bread this weekend. So check that out. Also, I wanted to remind you all, if you have not already, check out my podcast, the Straight No Chaser podcast. New episodes are every week. This past Wednesday, I talked about something a little different. I talked about the real price of keeping up. When you try to keep up with the Joneses, when you spending all this money to try to keep up with people you don't even like, and why you be doing that, and what you can do to stop doing that. Yeah, because there's a hefty price to pay when you're trying to keep up with people you don't even fucking like. Let that shit go, okay? I love you guys. I appreciate you being here with me. I'll be back live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TikTok this afternoon. Thank you. We got over 200 shares today. I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters before I wrap up because I do this every live. But I appreciate all of you. Just note that. I appreciate each and every one of you. Number 1, beautiful Miss Lola. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 2, beautiful Stacy D. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, beautiful. Number 3, beautiful, my dog is Charlie. Thank you, beautiful. Number 4, handsome Russ Nelson. Thank you so much, handsome. Number 5, beautiful Scarlett White. Thank you so much, Scarlett. Man, Gone with the Wind is one of my favorite movies. Scarlett was a raggedy bitch, but I loved every minute of the raggediness. And a special shout out to number 6, Miss Beautiful Trail. Thank you to the mods for helping me today. Like I said, if you want to be a part of the uncensored conversation, come on over and join us on Patreon this morning. So I'm about to get that started. Listen, don't let nobody live rent free in your head, okay? Don't feed the trolls, and you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, everybody. Have a beautiful and blessed Friday. I love you. Have a great day. Bye bye, you guys.